Girl. Okay. What's up, guys? You already know what it is. It's your boy Darren Green back with another great episode. Okay, it's always great, right? How y'all like the intro? Because, you know, I want to try something new and I'm always trying to find ways to, you know, renovate the podcast. You know, it's a never ending story of creation. Okay. I'm here, you know, I'm here chilling. Ooh, I didn't even get my notes up, child, because I actually the notes for this episode. Okay, because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in celebrity gossip. We are finally getting some stuff happening. People out here sneak dissing. People out here subpoenaing people. You know, we got people out here upset, or calling out big city, small city. Yeah, we just got a lot. We got a lot to talk about this episode. So, you know me, when it's just me, I like to get right into it. Nothing really happened this week, child. I mean, just to give you guys a breakdown. It's same old. It's giving very much the same. Giving very much the mother freaking same. Okay, with this damn job and these people and woo, child. I just need y'all. Just it's real free and ain't gotta do much. Please be sure to like this video, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. That is on YouTube and all the other podcast platforms out there. Hey, people on Spotify. Hey, people on Apple Podcasts, Outcast, all those casts. Child, we have a lot to get into. Okay, now my first topic, and I'm gonna go ahead and share this screen. Child, Cardi B and Tasha K. Cardi B is not letting her foot off of Tasha K's neck. And before, you know, I've switched my opinion. Before I was like, okay, Cardi B, you doing too much. But then Tasha K, you know, you really ain't shit either. You really ain't shit. Okay, you say a lot of stuff. You say a lot of lies. You're just a liar. Your content is just built off the backs of your freaking mind and whatever you got going on psychologically. Girl, everything that's happening to you is very much well deserved. Okay. And I don't like Cardi either, but I'm also not. Look, it is what it is. She doing her big one. Okay. You sat there, you said that girl had herpes. You said that girl had X, Y, and Z, and she was this and she was that, and she sued your ass and you lost. Okay. So I'm going to read this excerpt from Love Be Scott. Shout out to them. And then I'll give you guys my opinion on the situation. Okay, because it's just a lot to say. Okay, so according to court documents obtained by HipHopDX, the rapper served Cheickna Kebe, Cheickna or Cheickna, child. You know, I don't know these people's names, child, but the husband. Okay, Tasha K's husband. Okay. Served this man a subpoena, duces, tecum, earlier this week, child. I know I messed up that. I know. You know how I am with the weird ass name. She gave the man a subpoena. Okay. And with this subpoena, Cardi B and her attorneys can examine all the couple's assets in Miami from August 7th as part of Tasha K's bankrupt filing. The examination video will be recorded on the examination will be recorded on video. Now, in quotes, it does say the examination may continue from day to day until completed. If the examinee receives this notice less than 14 days prior to the scheduled examination date, the examination will be rescheduled upon timely requests to a mutual agreeable time, girl. Last month, Cardi B was told to stop pursuing Tasha K for payments after Tasha K filed for her bankruptcy. Okay. Now, there's a lot of pages, and I'm not trying to get into I ain't trying to shade nobody here now. There's a lot of other platforms that are going through the ins and outs of what this subpoena is. I'm going to break it down for you guys. I'm going to dumb it the fuck down. Okay. Now, Cardi B is after the husband's funds. Okay. Apparently, Cardi B and the attorneys are not buying the fact that this girl has gone bankrupt. You're a YouTuber. You have X amount of views. You can check her shit on all those YouTube sites, and you can check mine too, how much I be making monthly. But like, you making this amount of money, but you ain't got it in the account. What are you doing with that money? Where that money going? You move the money to your husband's account, and that's what they're after. They are now looking into her husband's. If you guys remember, yes, she filed bankrupt. Tasha K filed for bankrupt, and it halted on Cardi B receiving her payments. Now, if the funds are recovered, Tasha K's bankrupt case could be thrown out, and she'll receive like a violation, essentially. So I think that's what Cardi and her team is really gunning for right now. And let me tell you something, child. That husband finna leave her. And let me tell you something. Cardi B is ruining this girl's whole life. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the next story. Tasha K is going to file for divorce, or that husband going to file for the divorce, because at this point, now you getting into the hubby's funds. You done messed up this family's financial situations because you was on tangents upon tangents upon tangents, talk about this lady, and your ass lost in the defamation case, and now your family has to pay the price. Your husband and your children. Well, I guess what they said, one child of hers is estranged, I guess. Good for her. Now, this is crazy. This is crazy. Cardi B is ruining her life, and frankly, I don't give a crap about either of these girls. I don't care about Cardi. I don't care about Tasha. But I will say this, I guess, giving Tasha a little bit of defense, I guess, but like, Cardi, ain't you supposed to be working on music? Where's your music at? What are you doing? You are spending, I mean, your lawyers love it. I know they love it. I know they love your ass right now, child. You was giving them so much work and so much money trying to get this girl. You know, you're spending, I'm not saying you're spending your last, get it how you get it. I'm pretty sure Cardi B has a lot of money to blow right now, but it's the fact that you are continuously like finding different avenues to really get this girl. I mean, the dedication. But I mean, we know this from Cardi. Cardi basically said, "You be for me, we gonna be forever," and that's essentially what it is. Because it's not about the money. Like at the end of the day, Cardi B, $4 million, child. She can make that in freaking 2 months, right? She want to make this girl hurt. She want to make this girl hurt, and this girl is hurting. You can see it in her lives. You can see her saying that she's going into anger management. The girl need anger management. Girl, you about to lose all your shit. You about to lose your money. You about to lose your career. You about to lose your husband, because I know that man about to get up out of here. It's crazy. It's real crazy. Do I feel bad for her? No. This is the way you've been moving. The way you... I didn't particularly like how you came from my mutual, you going, and some of your topics it's a little conservative for my taste. You be telling people, you be having people on your show be spitting lies. Like I remember she had this one person on her show talking about, oh, they put something in the water to make boys' dicks smaller. She has these type of people on her show. She has the Dr. CB motherfuckers. I can't. No. She need to be freaking banned. Okay. That's the next thing that's gonna happen. She need to be banned from YouTube. Okay. Girl. I tell you, I think that she learned her lesson tenfold. And karma's a biatch. And karma, like what Taylor Swift said, karma is a god. You cannot do clownery and expect it not to bite you back, okay? And I know I could, look, the same could be said to me. I talk about celebrity gossip. I talk about who's hot or who's not, or I give my opinions on stuff. I never say things as facts. I give you the facts, and then I give you my opinions. No, you be saying the stuff as if it's fact. You make up shit. And you're making a lot of the other T pages look bad. So, that's what happens, girl. I mean, all because you wanted to sit there and say this girl had herpes. Because I think that was the icing on the cake, girl. Now you about to lose your husband, because I know if that man's smart, he know how to jump ship, abandon ship. Because who gonna pay for that? Who gonna pay for? Now I gotta pay $4 million. This is your shit. This is what you got to go through. Not our kids. Yeah, Tasha's a mess. She's a goddamn mess right now, and I don't feel bad for her, and I honestly don't think y'all should feel bad for her. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say about Tasha right now, child. Now, the next topic I wanted to get into, right, is none other than Ice Spice over here subbing Latto. Allegedly. No, because look, we gotta keep it on a heavy allege, because she could just be speaking to the void. A lot of these rappers do that. They're not particularly talking about somebody. They could be just talking just to talk because it's a bar. Now, I don't know. Some of these bars is a little bit too close to home, so it just has people believing that Ice Spice has been shading the hell out of Latto. Okay. Now, God. Here's the thing. So Ice Spice dropped her EP Deluxe with the newest single, Deli. Okay. And she's been promoting that song all over TikTok and stuff like that. There's so many people she a baddie, she showing her peenie. She's saying a jelly. People are using the sound. It's trending. Ice Spice definitely, when I tell you it be hit after hit after hit after hit after hit with Ice Spice. I mean, the girl can't miss. And we don't know where this song is going to go, far as numbers and stuff like that. But we definitely know that it's going to be a moment, Munch and stuff like that. So it sound good. The lyrics was hot. There was some lyrics in question that we got to get into. And I'm not even just talking about Latto. Okay. Cause she was talking about other people too. I have reason to believe that she could have been talking about Cardi. But before we get into the lyrics at hand, I just want to say that this song was a bop, and she is definitely in her cocky era. She understands that she is that girl, like she rightfully is. And she understands where she is in her career. She understands where these other girls are at in their careers. And she's like, okay, well, now I'm activated. Okay, now I'm activated. People over here saying some stuff, because we all know that there has been rappers that had this female rappers in the past. Well, Latto and people are also accusing Cardi. With a lot of their stuff is subbing her. I mean, we all know about the whole Summer Jam situation with Cardi when she had the little Annie girl, and it looked just like Ice Spice with the curl top. We knew we're not dumb. Okay, I don't care what nobody says. That was definitely shade. So these girls are not really gelling. And Ice Spice is basically saying girl, I'm taking the spot. And that's the first line in question. She was like, taking her spot. If you ain't cooking, then get off the pot. Shout out to Ice Spice for that Roman's Revenge bar. That was sinister, and that was cute. I was like, ooh, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, is this a thanks that I get for putting your business on? Don't get me started, child. Don't get me started on Roman Reload. No, not Roman Reload, Roman's Revenge. Okay. She talking about Cardi here. I will say that she is definitely talking about Cardi here. Because when you look at the things, the things ain't things with Latto in this line, right? She saying, if you ain't cooking, then get off the pot. We all know that Latto has been cooking. Like her or hate her, I don't really care about her too much. I'm not really gelling with her music that well. Latto has been consistently dropping music and going to different performances and going on people's songs. So she just did a song recently with Anderson .Paak and some other artists. The emotes was coming like Nicki, but that's another story. Emos was very much the same, very much Harajuku, but we'll keep it pushing. So yeah, I mean, she can't be talking about Latto. She can't be talking about Megan. Megan's not really. She's not on the pop, but like Megan. She ain't talking about Megan. She ain't got no reason to talk about Megan. You know, Cardi is the one that is not doing nothing. You know, she definitely ain't talking about Nicki. Nicki here and there, but she definitely not talking about Nicki. Like, let's be very clear. She's talking about Cardi. Cardi has not been dropping a single thing. She has not dropped a single since Hot Shit. Cardi. Okay, girl. And let me tell you something. And I don't mess with Cardi, but it is what it is. If she want to come out with a song and counter, come on now. This is definitely some interesting things. I would definitely love to hear what she has to say, because now this is you, girl. This is you, girl. I mean, the best is in your court. You can do whatever you want. You worried about Tasha K. You need to be worried about what you're going to do for your next single. You need to be worried about dropping this music, because these girls are taking the spots, okay? Like she said, taking her spot. And like I said, Latto could be speaking to the void. She could be very much not, you know, just saying stuff in general. You know, it's you know, I think Remy Ma said this before, you know, it's okay or it's normal for you to get up there and say, you know, I'm eating everybody in the game, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. It's like it's the sport and rap, like, you know, but it's a little indirect. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, now y'all gonna tell me what y'all think in the comments if y'all on YouTube and stuff like that. And if y'all on Spotify, you know, there's a comment section now, child. Check that out if y'all on Spotify. But yeah, I mean but let's be clear. I don't think that Ice Spice is doing this just to be doing it. I think that, you know, that whole thing with the Summer Jam shit, that was like with the Annie, I think that was a dig. And Ice Spice heard, she saw, and was like, okay, I'm gonna give you a count. I'm gonna shade you again. So it's like, you know, because there's a lot of people saying, oh my God, like Ice Spice, she ain't got no reason to be shading her. She ain't got no reason, like she's giving press. It's giving like she's trying to be like Nicki, the girl. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little bit later though. Now, in her How High song, right, where she was like, now she all on the floor when I kick the door. How you mad? I do less because you got to do more. Clock the T. Okay, because let's break that down though. Okay, why you mad? Because I do less, but you got to do more. Ice Spice don't got to do much. And that's why a lot of people hate her too, because it's like she don't do nothing. All she do is she ABC rap, and it's just real simple. And even when she's performing, it's not like something monumental. You see Latto gotta perform extra, because we don't care about the music really that she produces. The only thing that she really had this year was to put it on the floor. But even when you look at that, like she knows she has to do the different emotes, and she knows, like, even with the whole thing with the BET performance, when she had that little RX thing, talk about Nicki, like, you know, she has to overperform and be animated, because girl, the songs, it has to even out, because, you know, the songs don't be getting me to that point, but you doing the performance, I'm like, okay, girl, I'll be wanting to get up too. I want to get on the floor as well. Cause I'm willing to bet you, like, put it on the floor. I don't know. I mean, it did its thing, you know, and I'm not, look, I give my props when it's due, but I enjoy watching the video, and I enjoy watching her, like, you know, perform the song rather than just me hearing it. I mean, I might be the only person that believe that or feel like that, whatever. I'll die on that hill. But yeah, I mean, Latto has to work harder just to get half or close to what Ice Spice be getting and doing. I mean, you know, Ice Spice music is charting. People are putting it on. They're like, her music is going viral before it actually drops. Now, I don't know what Put It On The Floor did. I mean, it took a minute for that song to get up there. It took a minute for people to really get into Put It On The Floor. Let's be very clear. Ice Spice only has to drop stuff. She only has to give little snippets. She doesn't have to do much at all. Right? So that definitely was about Ice Spice. And then also she it was on another song too. I think Butterfly Q or something like that. She was like, she on the floor, she getting money, but I'm getting more. I mean, it's like, so she's really like, she is at this point, she done referenced the whole Put It on the Floor song twice in 2 different songs. It's given very much she's talking about Ice Spice. Like it's very much that. Okay. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how you dice or how you slice it. And I will say this, I talked about this a little bit earlier in the in this section of the topics. I think Ice Spice, and I need y'all, if y'all barbs in the comments, child, I need y'all to take this with a grain of goddamn salt. Okay, do not come for me. But Ice Spice is on her Nicki Sub era. Nicki Sub era is back in the day when she used to come out with them verses, and them lyrics used to just killed another career. It's somehow that like just killed Alexander McQueen. Like it's giving very much like I'm subbing you, but like I'm not gonna let it be known that I'm subbing you, and I'm just going sneak sub. It's giving very much like when Nicki was definitely chewing up Lil' Kim low key in some of her verses. I'm sorry, that's what happened. I'm seeing a parallel, So I'm not saying I'm not here for it. I mean, I'm surprised because, a lot of the girls nowadays, they're like, they even though they may not all like each other, they kind of stay out of the way of each other, right? They don't really, they talk about their own sectors. Are like, I'm eating everybody up. Like, no one's saying I'm eating everybody up. People are saying like, oh, B words this or B words that. They not trying me. They like making it real, just general. While Ice Spice is subbing the people, and I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm not here for it. I'm just saying, okay, Ice Spice, all right, if you ready for it, because you keep on subbing, you might get a record, okay, and y'all be going back and forth, and I think a lot of people will be here for that, to be honest. So I don't know. I mean. Girl, tell me what y'all think about it in the comments, though. Like, I definitely feel like she is definitely subbing the girls. I think that she is definitely, I don't know, I'm not also saying that she's in Nicki's ear or Nicki's in her ear, but she definitely took a page out of her book. Just saying. Okay? Now, y'all can fight me in the comments. Don't fight me in the comments, okay? I'm just making an observation. Like I said, and I said what I said. I think that she could be subbing these girls. It's definitely possible that she's subbing Cardi. It's almost certain that she's subbed Latto. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. I wanted to get into this topic with Troye Sivan. Now, this might be on the lighter side of celebrity gossip, but I mean, it's like, it's something that I thought of. I want to talk about it on my show, and it's definitely a big topic. It was definitely a big topic this week. A lot of people are outraged about this music video that the Australian pop star Troye Sivan made. It's called Rush. I seen it. I thought it was cute. Like, I'm a fan of Troye Sivan. Like, I'm not like a huge fan or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I listened to a lot of his songs. I actually seen him when he was on The View. Like, he did an interview for The View because he was doing like this movie about like a straight camp or whatever. Let me know if y'all remember that movie. That was a pretty good movie. But he's getting a ton of backlash, and I'm going to read this excerpt from the Billboard because I think he did an interview with them. He actually responded to the backlash because basically in his Rush video, it showcased a lot of twinks. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, child, because y'all don't know the gay lingo, child, there's a lot of skinny people in there. It wasn't a lot of big people, okay? It wasn't a lot of big boned people. Not enough people like me up in that video, okay? A lot of people was upset about that, right? Now, let me read this excerpt. Now, in an interview with Billboard Tuesday, July 18th, Sivan talked about his new song, Rush, and subsequent music video, which garnered significant criticism online not showcasing a diverse array of body types. Speaking about the backlash, Sivan said that he and his creative team, just simply didn't think about it being an issue for the music video. He said in quotes, "I definitely hear the critique. To be honest, it just wasn't a thought we had. We obviously weren't saying we want to have one specific type of person in the video. We just made the video and there wasn't a ton of thought behind it." Okay. Now get into this, right? Sivan also clapped back at critics who used the opportunity to mock the singer's appearance. There was an article and they were talking about the lack of body diversity. And at the same sentence, this person said, "Eat something," or "stupid twinks." He said, "That really bummed me out to read because I've had my own body insecurities. And I think that everyone's body is beautiful as it is, including my own. And it just sucks to see people talking about other people's bodies." Now, I am definitely an advocate for not talking about people's body types. I don't like fat phobia. I don't like thin phobia. Okay, look, I'm both ways with it. I think body shaming is wrong on all sides. You do not fight body shaming with body shaming. And there was a lot of people, not even just this article that he's talking about. I'm not sure what article said that because that's unethical, but that's another story. But just people on TikTok, people online talking about the situation, calling him a twink constantly and calling him like, "Oh, what would he know? He's nothing but a toothpick," or he's skinny, or this, that, and they're like, we cannot fight body shaming with body shaming. I cannot stress this enough. It's an oxymoron actually, because you over here coming for him for not having bigger people on there while coming for his size. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. Me personally, and I don't speak for all big people before I'm about to say this. I don't speak for all big people. Okay, so there was some that was offended by this video. I happen to be the ones that just was not. Okay, he's not that type of artist to push the envelope when it comes to his videos. I mean, he serves his niche, honestly, right? I get into some of his stuff. Like I said, I'm not like a huge fan. But would it have been nice to see bigger bodies in the music video? Maybe. And sometimes that happens with certain artists. Certain artists, they will put people on. We got artists like Sam Smith. Unfortunately, he gets shit for it. But we have people like Sam Smith. We got people like Lizzo. And we have others that incorporate bigger sizes. I mean, I even think I was about to say Beyonce, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that tour. I think I saw somebody thick there. I definitely seen thick people in previous concerts and stuff like that. But like, we have artists that do that, and then there's artists that just doesn't do that. Okay, they don't think about the thing. They want to make that they have a vision. They execute the vision, and then they move on. Okay, I don't think that Troye Sivan not adding big people in there, he has something against big people. I mean, because people were jumping to that conclusion. I'm just like, okay, we got to calm down. We got to calm down when it comes to, holding people accountable and, wanting things from certain artists. I said this before with the Doja Cat situation, not trying to equate Troye to Doja, but I'm just saying, like, these people are going to be who they are. These people are going to do whatever makes them happy. And sometimes they're not thinking about everybody else in the audience. Like, I just wanted to make a damn video, a sexualized video of grunge and just hot guys. That's what he wanted to do. He didn't think about, there was no, I mean, I don't know if there was like a casting system for this video, for this music video. I think it was just like a bunch of his friends or a bunch of associates or whatever came together and was like, let's just do this video and whatever. Exactly what he just said. I don't know. Now, what was interesting was Charlie XCX said something that was interesting in defense of Troye. And she basically said, "I feel like we live in a world where audiences feel like expression or art isn't worth their time unless it appeases every single outspoken requirement. It's so boring. If something breaks common aesthetics, it's weird or try hard. If something conforms, it's offensive and not diverse enough." What a boring discourse. And I will say this, and just like my old chemistry teacher from high school once always said, too much of anything is bad. Representation matters. Let's be very clear. Visibility of different types of body type, right? That is important. But we cannot keep doing this witch hunt every time you don't see something that you want to see in somebody's content. When there's other artists that does those things, go to those artists, but you're not going to those artists because we see how you treat the artists that put big people on. Look at people like Lizzo. Look at people like Sam Smith. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what y'all want. I mean, and at the end of the day, Troye Sivan, Ben was having skinnier people in his music videos. Ben was having, it was just very much, I was surprised there was some black people in here. Cause he never do it. Like, you know, that was a little diverse. I mean, could he get some brownie points? So, I mean, who's to say he doesn't have anything in the future that's going to come out and it's going to feature bigger sizes? Maybe he will now, I mean, after this situation, but you know, I think we got to stop jumping the gun with certain situations. And certain situations need to be addressed. Certain people need to be like, okay, yeah, what you're doing here is not good. And then I'll get into my next topic, right? Because I did want to talk about this guy. Okay, I wanted to talk about this country singer, child. Yeah. Now, I initially wasn't going to talk about this because I don't really care about what's going on in conservative America right now. And I don't really get political on the show, but we got to get political when it needs to be done. So Jason Aldean's controversial song, Try That in a Small Town, has been hit by a lot of people. A lot of people are not feeling the song. A lot of people are not feeling the visual. Okay. And it kind of railed up the girls at The View. They called it deplorable. I wanted to play this video because I wanted to play, you know, what they had to say, because at first, when I first heard about this in the backlash, I was like, girl, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a country man. He probably conservative. Yeah, of course he's going to say some stuff like that. Like what's the big deal? But I had no idea of the imagery that he used was from the BLM pro. Oh, child, y'all looking at my notes, child. It was from the BLM protest. Like he was using imagery for that to try to sit there and say, "Oh, try that in a small town." I'm like I said, I'm gonna play like this clip from The View. Okay.
So country singer Jason Aldean is getting backlash for the video of his song "Not in a Small Town," which critics are saying is racist. It's got lyrics, racist lyrics. And
we're not gonna play the full 9 minutes.
Aldean says the song's about unity. Here's South Dakota Christian Nome defending him. Here's the clip.
I am shocked by what I'm seeing in this country.
Oh, God.
With people attempting to cancel this song and cancel Jason. I think a lot of times people that go out and fight every day on these important issues and have an opinion and remember the freedom and liberty that this country was founded on get persecuted from it. And we're seeing that with the Aldeans right now and the songwriters that work so hard on this. And I just want them to know that we support them. We love them. Thank you for writing a song that America can get behind. And boy, keep singing, keep playing. And if you want to come to South Dakota, I'll let you play anywhere.
You'll let them play anywhere? You own South Dakota now? Listen, you know, there are lyrics in the song, and I think, you know, he talks about life in a small town, and it's different, you know, and he shows these images. He's got folks from the Black Lives Matter movement, and he's talking about people taking care of each other. And I find it so interesting that it never occurred to Jason or the writers that that's what these folks were doing. They were taking care of the people in their town because they didn't like what they saw. Just like you talk about people taking care of each other in small towns. We do the same thing in big towns. You just have to realize that when you make it about Black Lives Matter, people kind of say, well, are you talking about black people? What are you talking about here? If we're talking about Americans taking care of each other, then it shouldn't be about Black Lives Matter. You should be able to show all the different things that have gone on in our country where people stood up and said no more. We do the same thing that small towns do. That's my 2 cents to that.
So this was, I'm sorry. This was, to me, something where about half the people in my life see it one way and half the people in my life see it a different way. So I'm trying to, like, kind of see what are we disconnecting on. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that his intent wasn't to, you know, stoke division, glorify violence, or racism. I'm going to give him that benefit of the doubt. I don't know. But I'll say this. There was a line... So for the many folks who are offended by this, there's a line in it that says, try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. So for a lot of my friends and family who are legal gun owners in small communities, they're like, yeah, that's what we do if someone breaks into a store. He's talking about the right to defend yourself. What I thought of when I read that was Ahmaud Arbery. I think of a black man in a small town in the South who literally just got shot for doing nothing wrong. So I think what becomes problematic is that there's a lack of recognition of what this means to about 50% of the country whose experience isn't Jason Aldean's. I like him. I've always liked his music. I'm kind of a country gal about like a quarter of the time. But this is also for the folks on the right who are defending this. They see the BLM riots, I think many can acknowledge protests and riots, that George Floyd's death and murder was evil. It was wrong. It was unacceptable. But so was the killing of someone like David Dorn, a black retired police officer who was defending his friend's store and was shot during the riots and aftermath of that movement. So I think if people of good faith can see both sides, they can see there is an issue with this song because of what it means to a lot of communities, but there is an issue of violence, of looting, of rioting.
Yes, but why are you linking it to black people?
Well, that's
that's the issue.
That's the issue. The imagery is what becomes very problematic.
You can sing about you know. There's a lot wrong here with this. This is a man who saw what happens when someone is out of control with their guns.
Yeah,
he was performing in Vegas, and he saw people get. So I don't understand how he could be that disconnected. How people around him didn't say to him, hey, listen, you know what? Maybe there's a better way to do this because...
Well, the imagery invoked race. That's what was...
There's no reason to separate...
Okay, I'm going to stop here because that's kind of where I wanted to leave off on with that part. But everything that was said by everybody, except for, you know them conservatives try to get on The View. They always want to play both sides, child. Play devil's advocate, this, that, and the third. Okay, we could play devil's advocate, but at the end of the day, why the hell you invoked us? This could have definitely just been about you, okay? Because I heard some of the lyrics on there. I listened to it a little bit. He was talking about, don't come into our town, the people that be spitting at cops or people that rob a person at the liquor store or try to steal somebody's purse, something like that, try that in a small town. Got it. Definitely. I mean, if you try that in a big town, there's people that will sit there and, do what needs to be done with that type of crimes. But it's when you placed the BLM protests in the video, that's what people were offended by. And, we can have this argument all day, all night, whatever, this, that, and the third. The BLM protest for George Floyd was done, because this travesty happened. And when the protests were happening, the police were being antagonistic to the protesters, which then turned into a riot. So when you see videos of people spitting at cops or people pushing at cops or people being disrespectful in the video, because we don't want to show the before. We always want to show the reaction, right? So that's exactly what that video did, and we know exactly what you were trying to say with that, Mr. Jason Aldean. Okay, so that's just how I felt about the situation. That's how a lot of people are feeling about it. The whole cancel culture thing, I mean, it's number 2 on iTunes or number 1 on iTunes. Like, people are really listening to it despite, this massive backlash. I don't really care about that shit. I do think that we should start to give less of attention to people like this so they don't become viral and famous, because now look like, somebody said this in one of my on TikTok. It's like, well, now you done made the person more famous. Now he's profitable. It's profitable to get canceled now, because now he's like number 1, and he's getting a lot of success, I guess, or he's getting a lot of rave reviews from the conservative community. But I just want to say also, this whole big town. Now, the other thing that kind of pissed me off about this topic, this whole big town versus little town discourse, that it's a one-sided argument from conservatives, which really pisses me off because it's just like, okay, now I know, I think every town, whether it's big or small, has the ability to produce crime because there's criminals. There's criminals everywhere in the world. There's criminals all over the place. But don't act like the mecca of crime just comes from a big town. Okay. And I'm not talking about robberies. I'm not talking about, and that happens everywhere. Okay. I'm not talking about little conflicts that ends up in gun violence. I mean, half of y'all, I mean, if and last time I recall, right? School shootings, mass shootings in general, always come from small towns. I'm sorry, am I? So who really is more messed up? Is it the small towns or the big towns? I don't know. So like I said, I find it really like just, I think this discourse is really dumb about this whole try that in the small. Okay, all right. Well, we don't want to go to those small towns. There's nothing to see over there. Okay. Stay over there in y'all small town. We're gonna stay over here in our big town. Now I'm in Trenton, so I think this is a small town. And I definitely feel like South Jersey is very conservative, unfortunately. Lived in a big town for about 4 or 5 years when I went to college. It's not that bad. It's like, I don't, like people say it is. I don't know. I think people just, you know, I'm not sure what his intentions were. I mean, he responded and it kind of gave a little, okay. Well, he heard y'all reactions and he reacted on it. Like I said, I think that we shouldn't give these people too much of their attention, but being as it's a topic, I'm gonna talk about it and just say that, yeah, no, I mean, leave us out of it. Leave BLM out of it. Okay, that's all. If he wouldn't have had that imagery in there, I don't think nobody would have said nothing. But we know why he put it in there. We know why. Anyway, I got a couple more topics to get into. It's like, it's small topics, but you know, I just wanted to get into it, right? Not the security guard. Now, this is the second time a security guard got rowdy with a celebrity. Okay. Now, a bodyguard accidentally slams the actress Megan Fox while trying to protect her and her boyfriend, Machine Gun Kelly. Take a look at this monstrosity, child. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. She got slammed. Now, see, a lot of people saying she got slammed. She did not get slammed. She got pushed. But it probably ruffled up a little bit. I'm like, is that one of her securities? I know that's not there. Yeah, she pushed. Oh, he pushed the shit out of her. I had to watch that again. What the heck? Was it her? Let me read the article then. While attending the Ocean County Fair on Thursday, somebody tried to randomly attack the rapper. Thankfully, their bodyguard was with them at the time and quickly sprung into action. However, during the takedown, the actress got slammed by her guard. Okay, so it's their guard. It's their security guard. MGK quickly pulled his girl out of the scuffle before things got worse. Although it looked painful, Fox didn't seem to be injured and walked off. Y'all gotta watch it. And that's why I said you gotta stop hiring Pookie and Peanut. Let me stop. He probably it's giving the way it's giving very much. I got my license like just last week or something like that. These security guards, child, how these security guards be having access to these jobs working for these celebrities, and then you got the damn celebrity. It's giving fired. It's giving get out. You're 2 weeks. Child, a goddamn mess. Okay. Now, this other topic that I wanted to get into, because this post is making its rounds. Now, there's this TikTok creator. Not me giving some tea, child. I'm like Medusa. Okay, I got history with this creator. Okay. Yeah, I made a video about Nikita Dragon. It was like a good year ago. It's all gonna connect. I'm promise you guys, it's all gonna connect. But yeah, I made a video about Nikita Dragon, basically, and looking back, maybe the video wasn't the best. It wasn't the best take, but I was called transphobic for it, and I'm just like, what's going on? By this creator, by the way. I basically said that, you know, Nikita, I think she said something about outing people are outing like that. Oh yeah, or I'm going to tell people that you slept with me or whatever as a trans woman. You know, Nikita was very problematic. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something towards the fact of Nikita going out and basically saying, "Oh, I slept with this person, I slept with that person." And they were famous too. And I basically said I pulled up the clip of Jeffree Star basically saying, you know, I got rappers that in my DMs and I mess with that said that they would kill me if I ever out them. So I basically was like, Nikita need to take notes from what's his name, Jeffree Star. And this creator responded, and we kind of went back and forth, and she was trying to call me like transphobic or whatever. And I'm just like, I am the last person to be goddamn transphobic. Let's be very clear. I get into arguments for hours upon hours upon hours with my friends and family defending the trans community, and I don't not asking for no type of sympathy or no type of support or thank you or anything like that, because I do it out of love, and I don't mess with transphobia. Like that's just not who I am. I'm not we don't do that. I support everybody in the community. But it's takes like this, and I'm about to play it for y'all guys. I'm about to play it. That I'm just like, girl, you are treading water. You was okay. This is not the take you needed to have. Okay, now as you can see with the comment, it says, damn cis women can't have a damn thing, not even something as annoying as periods. I don't know where this conversation started, but this is the video that's being passed around all over social media.
What I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello? This is what I mean.
Girl, what? I'm telling you, this is going to be like a new segment on the podcast called Girl, What? Girl. We can't be this damn thick. We can't be this damn thick. I think at some point and this is not, let's be very clear. And I said this in a comment, just because of one stupid take from one trans woman does not mean that they all think like that and that this is the narrative and this is the consensus of the trans community. Let's be very clear. I think this type of conversation is very divisive. It divides people further. You're furthering the divide between cis women and trans women. Let's be very clear. And I have to be honest, y'all don't have a menstrual cycle. And I'm sorry if that makes me a certain way now, or if I made anybody upset with that. But that is the truth. Not saying that you're not a woman. Not saying that your experiences are not invalidated. But a menstrual cycle is a menstrual cycle, and whatever you going through is whatever you are going through. There are things that you go through that cis women don't go through. But y'all got your own stuff. And I don't know, even if that was true, why is that a flex? Like, oh, I got periods. I'm like, girl, I mean, that's one thing that just women just do not like to have. This is an uncomfortable situation that they have to go through monthly. What type of flex is that? Saying that, oh, we go through it too. Okay, I mean, sure, but I mean, they sure enough don't care. I mean, I don't know. It's a bad take. It is making its rounds on social media. And I have no hate to this creator, but this creator has definitely said a lot of things that are problematic. And the problem is the average Joe that's going to see this is, and I'm pretty sure that it's all on the comments right here. Like, oh my God, that's why I don't mess with trans people. That's why I don't book them. That's why I don't, that's why they ain't real to me. That's why, like, this is really gonna ricochet into now the whole community is to blame for these type of takes. Like, we got to keep it together. You know, I think that I don't know, and I feel bad too, Because whatever she going through, I mean, I'm pretty sure she goes through things as a trans person, but like, you can't, it's almost like you're putting down cis women. Like, and that's just not, it's not right. And I'm going to say it because I'm going to say it. It's just not right. And we need to move on from that. Okay. We have to make better takes. And that's all I got to say about that one. Okay. And that's all we have for this show. Oh, let me get rid of Ice Spice and Latto right there, child. I already done put it on the flow, child. Now, that is it for this episode. I really did enjoy this episode. I hope y'all did too. I hope y'all liked the video. Leave a comment because I know y'all will after this. And I will get back to you. I promise you I will give you guys a show on Wednesday. I've been trying to do the 2 shows. Doing 2 shows be kicking my ass because like the weeks go so fast. And I'm like, oh my God, it's already Tuesday. Like I gotta write. But I promise you, I will have a show on Wednesday, whether it will be with me, Medusa, and El Teddy, or just me. I'll see you then. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.